I'm going to show you how to build a high traffic directory website using free WordPress hosting. I'll reveal how to target valuable keywords and implement dynamic programmatic SEO to automatically generate ranking content. And this strategy can create sites that both rank on Google and pull in thousands of visitors with minimal effort. Okay, let's start with a fun fact. You don't have to pay for WordPress hosting. If you go onto Google and you Google AWS EC2 free tier, just Google it and you'll see this here, get a free tier account. It's exactly what it says and it's with Amazon. Once you set up an EC2 account, you can have a server for free and you can install and deploy WordPress.org on it. You can also add your custom domain and it takes about 15 minutes to run through, and I will get back to this later in the video. But as you can see here, I do have a server. It's got an instance ID and I've called it 5-star. And this is the AWS EC2 instance of WordPress. It's up and running and we are ready to go with start building our directory. The first step is to find our niche and our target keywords so that we can target something that's going to get some serious volume and is valuable. So I'm thinking about something in the travel related niche, whether it's destinations or hotels. To give you an idea of how valuable and how much traffic is in this space, take a look at nomads.com. So if you go onto nomads.com, you can get information on lots of destinations around the world. If you go over onto Claude, you can actually ask how much nomads.com is actually making, and it sourced some data from the internet, and you can see here in 2024, it's making around 700,000 US dollars a year. So this site is super profitable and it was built by one person and that's it. If you go over to SEMrush, you can see the traffic that's coming through, 20,000 organic searches a month. The bottom line is there is demand in this sector and there's also money to be made. For this demo video, what I've decided to do is target best hotels. There is a lot of volume depending on the size of the city and the location. It looks like it's reasonably easy to rank for. There are some in the 30s and there are some that are well below that. We should be able to get some traffic into the site based on the best hotels keyword key phrase. Okay, so in order to finish setting up our WordPress site after it's been spun up on EC2, I did have to select a theme. And what I went for is this one here, Rasa Travel from Creative Themes. If I go back over to WordPress, you can see I've activated this Rasa Travel theme. I have installed a couple of key WordPress plugins. I have this TaxoPress one, which can automatically assign categories and tags to our posts to help with SEO. I've also added the WP Optimize, which can help improve the page speed, and also added Yoast SEO. So we can automate some of the SEO settings in terms of the title tag, description, and that kind of stuff. So with everything all set up, now it's time to start generating our content and pushing it into the site, and then we can take a look at it. Now, to generate our content, I'm going to be using Sigma SEO. Now, yes, I probably am biased, but there's a couple of reasons I'm going to use it. The first one is it attempts to generate content that is human-like written. It avoids AI detection. So I've just generated this blog here, best things to do in Melbourne for a 48-hour stopover. You can see all the parameter settings that I've used here. I won't go through them. This is the article. I cut and paste the article, put it into Grammarly, and this is what you get. 9% of this text appears to be AI generated. So if you're going to bother using an AI generation tool, you may as well use one that avoids AI detection. All right, the other reason to use Sigma SEO is because it has a feature that maybe doesn't exist in any other AI tools. If you go to this pSEO, you get a few options here. Now, this has just been upgraded because a couple of users requested these features to help them with their own projects and their own SEO, so I added it for them. In here we have starts with term. This was the original, but now we also have ends with and includes. So it is more dynamic programmatic SEO rather than just adding a postfix couple of keywords onto a head term. We can mix it up a bit and really cover every range of this keyword key phrase in our blog titles and our content. All right, so it's pretty easy to generate our blog titles. I've just used this one here, starts with term, best hotels in, generate. You can see we've got a whole list of blog titles that start with the word best hotels in. If I go to ends with, you can see this list here. It's generated probably about 50 or so there. Find your best hotel, book a stay at the best hotel. I think you get it. Includes term. So if we go to the includes term, best hotel, strangely enough, finding the best hotel in New York. So this really gives a range of options, and you can dynamically generate a real broad range of blog titles on that keyword, key phrase. Okay, so for the first batch, I'm going to use the starts with term. So I'm just actually going to select all of them, and we want to post it to WordPress, and I want to include an AI featured image. So I'll toggle that one on. It has selected all the articles here. I will include an FAQ on all of them, and up here is the target SEO keywords. Okay, so I've set all the parameters here. You can check them out if you want. I won't go through them. And now all we have to do is generate. Okay, so all of our content is coming through now. You can see here we have the category has been assigned. We have tags assigned. We have the Yoast SEO traffic lights. I've updated one with Yoast, started on a couple of others, and the other ones need to be done. So depending on which version of Yoast you have, you can get a lot of this done automatically. We can have a look at the actual site now. There's nothing else you have to do. So here it is. We've got 5-star luxury travel, and these are the articles that are coming in. We can take a look at, say, this one here. It's pretty cool, very high quality content, fully formatted in HTML, including the FAQ. The other thing I like about this theme is we have these recent posts that have been generated you can click off to. So we could go to London, and it really keeps people engaged. So I think there's a lot of value in this type of site, especially when you can host it for free on WordPress and generate high quality content that is also humanized and reads really well. Okay, we're circling back to setting up WordPress on AWS. If you want to give this a go, there's a few key things you need to know. Yes, you need an AWS account. You need to use EC2, which is going to fire up a virtual server, which you can install it on. When you have that done, you want to go to the AWS Marketplace and search for WordPress. And then you want to be looking for WordPress certified by Bitnami. This is all going to be running on the T2 micro machine, which is in the free tier. Once that's done, you're pretty much good to go. I hope you've got some value from this video. If you did, give it a like, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you've got any comments or questions, drop them below. Catch you in the next one.